Hello, friends. The river flows south toward Nubia, the land of gold. For centuries, Egypt had ruled over its southern neighbors, controlling their lands, their people, and their vast wealth. But as Egypt grew weaker, Nubia grew stronger. And in an incredible twist of history, it was now the Nubians who would rule Egypt. This was the time of the Kushite dynasty, the Nubian Pharaohs. It all began with King Kashta, a powerful Nubian ruler who saw Egypt's weakness and decided to act. He moved north, taking control of Thebes and forging alliances with the powerful priests of Amun. But it was his son, Piye, who would truly change history. Piye was not just a warrior, he was a man with a mission. He saw himself as the rightful restorer of Egypt, chosen by the gods to bring back its former glory. When war broke out between rival Egyptian rulers, he seized his moment. With a powerful army of Nubian warriors and Egyptian allies, Piye marched north. He crushed his enemies one by one, even defeating the mighty rulers of the Delta region, who had long controlled Lower Egypt. And then, in a moment of triumph, Piye did what no Nubian had ever done before. He took the title of Pharaoh. But Piye was not like the rulers before him. Instead of ruling from the traditional capitals, he returned to Nubia, governing Egypt from his homeland. To him, Egypt was sacred, a place to be preserved, not exploited. He ordered the restoration of temples, honored Egyptian traditions, and presented himself as the true heir of the great pharaohs of old. His successors, like Shabaka, Shabitku, and the mighty Taharka, continued his work. Under them, Egypt enjoyed a brief but glorious revival. Taharka, in particular, became one of the most powerful rulers of his time. He expanded Egypt's influence, rebuilt temples, and even stood against the growing might of the Assyrian Empire. But despite their strength, the Nubian pharaohs faced a problem. The world around them had changed. To the east, a new superpower had risen, the Assyrians. These warriors from Mesopotamia were ruthless conquerors, and they had their sights set on Egypt. The Assyrians invaded, and despite fierce resistance, they pushed the Nubians back. One by one, the cities of Egypt fell. Even Thebes, the sacred city, was plundered. Taharka and his successors fought desperately, but in the end, they were forced to retreat back to Nubia. And just like that, the rule of the Nubian pharaohs ended. Egypt, once again, fell into the hands of foreign rulers. But even though their dynasty was short-lived, the Nubian pharaohs left a lasting legacy. They preserved Egyptian culture at a time when it could have been lost. They built some of the most magnificent temples and monuments, and their influence continued long after their reign ended. Egypt, however, was not yet free from foreign domination. A new invader was coming. This time, it wasn't the Assyrians. It was the Persians, an empire even more powerful than any Egypt had ever faced before. Join me next time as we witness the Persian conquest of Egypt, one of the greatest invasions in ancient history.